YouTube and welcome back to my channel, Life of Deja. Today we are finally doing a sit down video and we are going to be doing my 2024 life update. Now we are just a little bit late on recording this one. I normally record these in November, but we are in December, literally the last like 10 days of the year. So I'm a little late on recording this, but we still in 2024. I mean, you could say that it's best that I'm doing it in December because technically we're now at the end of the year instead of doing it in November when I technically still have a month left, but that's neither here nor there. So I kind of just want to do like a quick recap of basically this year. This is kind of like a tradition on my channel, which I love because it's a good way for me to also go back and reflect on not only the year, but also kind of see where my head was at and kind of see the things that I was going through and kind of remember all the things that were like happening or relevant and just like recap of the year of my life. So I kind of like that I get to do these, and I kind of like that they are becoming a tradition on my channel, and I love that. It's like a look back, look, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so this is, again, this is like my third year doing it. I've done one for 2022, 2023, and here we are doing the one for 2024. So if you have not seen those videos, I'll be sure to link them up above. Be sure to check those out. You may want to go back and watch those and then come back to this one. So I'll also try to link them in the description box below. But yeah, this is basically an annual tradition. Okay, so I have some notes on my phone. I'm definitely not as organized as I was last year and the year before. I did just watch my video from 2023 to kind of recap on that year, the things that I went through, what was happening, before I do this one, just so I can kind of basically pick up where I last left off. So again, if you haven't seen the video for 2022 and 2023, I will link those both up above and in the description box below, and I'll try to make a playlist and tag them all three together. That way you can kind of like follow through the entire thing, since again this is going to be an annual tradition. So basically 2024 was a great year. It was a really great year for me. I think it's a great year, but I think 2023 was a little bit better for different reasons. Like 2024, there has been no issues. 2024, there's been no major hurdles, no major obstacles, like anything crazy like that. It's been a very nice, chill, smooth sailing year, and it's been amazing. Like, that's a blessing. I don't know, but I just felt like 2023, like looking back at that video, I felt like I just had a little bit more happiness, a little bit more joy. But I also think that might be related to the fact that recently I've been in, I don't know if it's like seasonal laziness, downness, or whatever. I wouldn't call it a depression because I'm not anywhere near that or anywhere near where I used to be mentally. Like in past like update videos, like seriously go back and check those out. I was very transparent, especially in the one for 2023. I was very transparent with a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes and in my life. So 100% recommend going to look at that one. But I don't know, I feel like just recently I've been in my head, just been wanting to be in a house, be alone, not do nothing, not go out. So I don't know if it's in relation to that where I'm not like feeling all of 100% my happiness, but I'm happiest, but I'm still like very happy, very blessed. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not sad or depressed or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, right now my mental is just a little bit different. Then I don't got all that joy and that bubbliness that I had in 2023, but we still happy. But still, we're a great year. Like I said, there's been a lot of growth in not only my faith, but in my finances and friendships and YouTube. Like, I really started doing the things that I wanted to do. If you remember, I did a prayer board for 2024. A lot of things that I was asking God to work on in my life, and it was a lot of different categories like YouTube and faith and financial and personal and work and like home and friends and family and dating and marriage. So I think those were literally all my categories on my prayer board. So I had a lot of specifics that I went through. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll also link it up above. This is becoming a video plug in the first little 5 minutes, but anyway. But yeah, 2024, we had a lot of growth, a lot of development, and just a lot of goodness. Like I said, we've been coasting. We ain't had no lows, no crazy obstacles, no crazy burdens or hurdles. It's very, very much been picking myself, or not picking myself, but like coming back to like getting back in good footing, getting back in good standing, like undoing a lot of damage that was done in 2022 that I started to work on in 2023, but 2024 is like really completely getting rid of that damage and really like starting off like basically a reset, a restart. Like 2022 was the fire year. Like we had the fire to burn all the forest down. In 2023 was a lot of time spent tending that field, like letting nature take its course, and then, you know, getting the seeds out there, letting the regrow happen, all of that stuff. And then 2024 has been a year of, you know, continuing to plow the field, continue to work on the field, but also reaping a lot of the benefits of it. Like we got a fresh field. It doesn't look like anything of what it's just been through, but it's just growing, it's thriving. Like we got the grapes, the vines, it's green, it's beautiful, it's lush. That's what 2024 has been, basically. So just to kind of do a quick recap or summary of the year, in January, I took a trip back home, which was really nice. It was nice to go home and kind of see everybody, my friends and families. I was able to be there for a major event for my sister. I was able to be there for one of my grandmother's birthday. And just see my friends and my family and celebrate them and just spend time with them and just catch up, because I truly do miss all of them. I would be happy if they all moved to Texas, but you know, it's his life. They're not gonna probably do that. Some of them will. I've been working my little magic, and I'm getting people here, so we're gonna see. But yeah, so I did that in my January, which was nice. It was a nice reset. Nice start off to the year. And then I also started in like January doing the things that I put on my prayer board, things that I've been praying to God about. And one of those biggest things was redecorating my apartment, which we made a lot of updates and a lot of progress in this apartment. I honestly need to film a furnished or completed apartment tour, but I really want to wait until I finish the kitchen, which is literally the last project that we have, before I do that. So we're in the works of redecorating the kitchen. I will link my entire apartment update playlist up above for you guys to check that out as well. But yeah, so that's been a really nice, like I started that in like January, between January and March. So the fact that we are basically done, like to remember what my apartment was before all of these updates, to see what my apartment is now, is just like, it's like building a house or building something, building a business, and you see the vision, and then you're like, I can't wait to get to the other side of the hurdle, and then to finally be like on the other side of the hurdle, you're like, we got one last project left. It's just like amazing. It's truly a blessing. So that has been nice. I finished reading the Bible. I did tell you guys that I had started on a journey of reading the Bible. It was in the Bible app. It was like a 1-year devotional type of thing, where it's basically the Bible in 1 year. You go chronological. It kind of breaks it up for you that way. By the end of the year, 365 days later, you have read the whole Bible cover to cover, which was a journey. It was hard to stay consistent, especially with different things happening in life, like work and stuff like that. But I made sure I did it every single day. I was going really strong and making sure I did it every single morning. But then, life progressed and changed, where some days I would do it in the night, in the evening, afternoon, whatever I got the chance to do it. But I would make sure I did it that day. And if I missed it that day, then I would make sure I catched up the next day, the day after, whenever. I would make sure I never got more than like 3 days behind when it came to it. But because some of them chapters and some of them books it'd be hard to get through, like Numbers with all the numbers, and then the tabernacle measurements and the names when they be doing their census, because they was naming them back then. I was staying 10 toes down beside that. They was naming them back then. and it make it hard because I like to read out loud, because I feel like when I read out loud, I truly grasp the concept a little bit more. And some of them names have me over there like, it's like that meme that be like, when you're reading the Bible, it's like, on the 100th day to Roach, me and my companions, Bibbidi Bop and Carl. It's like, that's how it be feeling sometimes when you're reading certain parts of the Bible. Like, it's a good book, but sometimes them names be having you feeling a little like, dang, maybe I really need to go back and do some hooked on phonics, because I don't think I'm hooked on it. I can't be the way I'm struggling reading these things. But it was different. It was different. But yeah, like I said, I finished reading the Bible, which was such an amazing feat. I felt amazing afterwards. Now, I will say, you know, like jump a little bit. Since finishing the Bible, I've read a couple of other devotionals, but I haven't really felt any of them. Or not felt them, but I felt truly connected or invested in them. And I don't know why. I think I'm just struggling to figure out what I want to do now that I've read it cover to cover. I started trying to, like, because I feel like also my faith has taken a little dip since I finished it, because it was like I had this goal, I was determined, and I was pushing for it. And now that it's done, it's like, okay, so what now? So I tried to read different devotionals and things like that on my Bible app, but none of them are truly like, they aren't really, I don't feel connected to them. So it's like, I'm struggling with that part there. So I'm in this like limbo spot. I started trying to read the Bible again, cover to cover, in like a different translation, just to see if I get a different understanding, and just to kind of review it and kind of go over it, because it's a big, thick book, and it's like you remember and you know stuff, but then as you go and learn more stuff, you kind of forget the earlier stuff, or just in general, like if you don't use it, you lose it. So it's like, I don't want to lose the knowledge and the wisdom that I gained, because a lot of things made sense and I gained a lot of different perspectives. So it's like I tried to go back through it, but I wasn't as motivated because I had already did it. So I was like, oh. So I'm just in this limbo spot of what next when it comes to the reading of my word. But I am very happy and proud to say that I was consistent and I finished it. I did it by the date it was going to be done. I think I finished it in like March or April, something like that, which was amazing. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at now with that. We're still always working. Faith is a lifetime journey, so but we're forever going to be building that. Some exciting things that I did in April, May, since we're basically in April, May now in the timeline. Can you follow? Because I can't. I went to my very first, I started doing other things on my prayer board, like telling myself I want to go out more and do experiences and events. And I had set a goal that I wanted to go to at least 2 events a month. So basically every paycheck I would set money aside to go to an event or a gathering or a function or something like that I saw that I was interested in, but gave myself the excuses of why I could not or should not go. So yeah, I started doing that in like April, May, telling myself, no, you want to do these things, use excuses. You need clothes, we're gonna buy some clothes. So we ordered some clothes, we did some hauls, and I went to a major event, which, guys, I had crazy social anxiety about. And I was literally I was literally on the phone with one of my friends, like telling her, like, this event is a lot more packed than I thought it would be. I have anxiety, I'm overwhelmed, like I don't want to go, I'm about to go home. And she's like, no, you already there. Like, she was trying to hype me up, and I appreciate her for hyping me up and like telling me I got this, and like, you know, encouraging me to still go. And I went, and I had a good time at the event. Now, I almost didn't make it because I went, I couldn't get out of the parking lot because it was gated, and I couldn't trigger the gate to open. So I was like, I'm supposed to get out of this parking lot. And then, like, when I got up there, I didn't realize I had my taser in my purse, and lady's like, you can have that to come in here, you have to put that in your car. And I was like, okay, this is normally that right there. It's like, well, it won't meant to be, I'm gonna go home. I pushed through, I went back to my car, I put the taser away in my car, I ran out of the gate quickly so that way I didn't get stuck in there again, and which I was able to get in and get out, which was great. went in there, went to the event, had a wonderful time. I didn't stay too long because it was very crowded. It was no place to sit, and it was like, but it was only so much I could do there anyway. But I had a good time. The lines were very long, but still I went, I conquered by myself in a crowd of thousands, like thousands. People was coming, okay? So, but still, that was really nice. And then I also went to a creator event that I found. One of the girls that I follow on YouTube hosted an event and for creators, and not just creators, but just people in general, just to connect and network. And I went to that, and I went by myself, of course, and I had a really good time, made some connections. And that was also a beautiful event. Like, shout out to her, she did her thing. But yeah, that was also very fun, and I was, you know, had a good momentum going. I did 2 times in that 1 month of going out to different events. But then I kind of like, I don't know, I think I got in my head because around this time, my sister had moved to Texas, which was exciting. I told you I was working my magic, trying to get my family and friends to like relocate. Like, even though I don't think I'm gonna stay in Texas forever, I've been relocating them to Texas, so. But I tell them, like, you don't gotta come to Texas. You don't gotta stay in Texas. Go wherever you desire, but I'm here. Come on over now. But yeah, so my sister in April, she had came, or not April, sorry, May. She came to Texas, and she stayed with me for a while just to kind of work for a little bit, kind of get into routine and get settled a little bit into the state. And then the next month, she officially moved to Texas and like flew back and got her her stuff, and my nephew and her dog, and my mom and my brother drove down with her. So I had family in town then. That was nice. Spent some time with my family and connected with them. Was super nice. Catching up, trying to talk to them like, okay, I got 2 people, 2 and a dog to come. Who's next? Like, what's up? So that was nice. And then fast forward to August, which was my 28th birthday. I didn't do anything exciting because my friend had came to town like the week before my birthday, which was amazing. I loved her. We had a wonderful time, a lot of adventures. So shout out to her. Thank you, girl, for coming, spending some time with me. However, I did get sick after she left. I caught COVID, and I had COVID on my 20th birthday, so I couldn't do anything but sit in the house and have COVID. I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I was just in the house. But my sister still made sure to stop by and drop off a small gift to me, which was really nice. And my mother sent me some edible arrangements, which was also very nice as well. So I still felt celebrated, even though I was stuck in the house. I still had a good time. But I did want to go out and get all dressed up. One thing about me for my birthday, I don't ever really have plans. They be like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I just want to get cute, go somewhere, have drinks, dinner. That's it. Like, I don't have no, like, let's have this big party, let's have this. I'm very, like, chill. It's like, I want to get cute. I want to have drinks and food. Outside of that, I'm a happy woman. Like, I'm real simple. But I didn't get to do that this year. So sad face, but still had a good time. In the house, by my daggone self, on the phone with whomever I wanted to be on the phone with on the days that I felt good. So then fast forward to September, I took a trip to Austin with a friend, had a good time out there. Austin is nice. I definitely don't think I could ever move to Austin. It was cute. It was a little moment, but it's not like a, I don't know, I think I prefer Houston over Austin. Like, I know there's a whole thing between Houston versus Dallas. I haven't been to Dallas yet, so I don't know how I feel about that part. But as of now, if there's a Houston versus Austin, Houston won. That's all I got to say. Houston won. I feel like I'm all over the place because my notes weren't as detailed as they were last year. So it's kind of very much like conversation, which is fine, which is good because that means this video is going to be even shorter because I am basically almost done with everything I wanted to talk about. I do want to talk about the fact that we did some of the other things that are on my prayer board that I had hoped for this year that did come were traveling. Like I said, I took a trip back home to see my friends and my family, which was nice. I did have friends and family come out to see me twice. My family came out in June, and then a friend came out in August. And also going out more. I went to those events, which was nice. Also friends, I made some more friends, hanging out with a couple different people, which was great. And I also had on my prayer board to redecorate my place. So I did that, which again is surreal. To see my apartment decorated, to have random things like deco pillows. These pillows are old. I have other pillows that I got too, and then like to have a bar cart and a bar area, and to have a TV stand with like different trinkets and objects just to like fill the space and be cute. And I have vases like in pampas grass and pillows on my bed that are not just for sleep but are also there for decorations, like that didn't come in a pack that I had to spend money on. The amount of money that I spent on pillows to redecorate my bedroom ought to be reported. Why are pillows so expensive? Let's talk about that. Why are pillows $40 for one pillow? And I got the nerve to need 3. Sorry guys, the camera cut off. But like I was saying, I have the nerve to need 3 decorated pillows at $40 a pop. And then don't stop there, because those are just the one type of pillow. Also need 2 other pillows, which are like what, $20 a piece. So it's like, girl, these aren't even pillows you're sleeping with. These are just pillows that's gonna sit on the bed and look cute. To look cute. They did literally there for decoration to look cute. But it's a blessing to be able to do these things. And these are things that I wanted to do, and these are things that I value. So I was very happy to put my time and effort and finances, although it took me a second to spend it, into it. So these are all blessings. I did have some wonderful growth on YouTube this year. Like I was saying, last year, my last update video, I had just started posting on YouTube. Like I was consistent for 2 weeks. I had maybe posted like 2 to 4 videos at the time that I filmed my last life update. And I was like, the love and the outpour that I was getting in those videos was crazy, because I literally, let me see if I can find the screenshot from around. You ever scroll through your photos and you find some hilarious stuff, and you just in there trying to scroll or just see some stuff, and you just you find some hilarious stuff. Oh my gosh. Let me see. I'm almost there. So yeah, like those first few videos, like the outpour of love, like I wasn't getting, like guys, I literally went from having no watch hours and like 30 subscribers to having like 200 subscribers and like 900 watch hours in literally like 2 weeks. Like it was crazy growth, crazy outpour of love and support. It was just insane. So it was such a blessing. And not only that, like I've been consistent with YouTube. I've been posting literally every week. Now I have had some weeks where I did not post. One being where I believe I was sick, so I didn't post anything. And then 2 being Thanksgiving, I didn't post. And then 3, when my sister first came, life kind of got a little hectic and a little chaotic, so I didn't record as much and I didn't post as much. So that was another factor. But still, like, other than those like few instances where I didn't post, I pushed through and posted. Like I even took my laptop to Virginia with me to edit and post while I was there in Virginia, so I didn't miss an upload. Like, it's the dedication, it's the consistency for me, because if you know, I will tell you, one of my biggest struggles is consistency, being consistent with things, whether it's like a goal or something I'm trying to do, or just something for myself, like a personal thing that I want to do for myself. Like consistency is one of my biggest struggles. I can show up for other people, but showing up for myself or doing something I want, it's like a little bit weird. Like, I don't know, I can't stick to it. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, I've been doing really good with that. I did consistency showing out for me this year in 2 forms. In my faith and reading the Bible, and also in staying consistent with you guys and posting and reading all my comments and responding to all my comments. Like, I love reading my comments and responding. And then also, not only that, but this year has been a lot of, like I said, it's been faith growth, it's been YouTube growth, it's been mental growth, it's been friendship growth, and it's also been financial growth. Because if you remember my last life update, where I gave you all the nitty-gritty dirty details about the things that I was going through mentally and financially, then you remember everything that I was going through and how I was staying in that video. I am just now starting to dig myself out of the hole, just now starting to get back on top of things and get consistent with stuff. Girl, I had goals to save and pay off loans and debts, and to like be a lender and not a borrower, to give to others and things like that. When I tell you, God said, boo, I'm gonna show out on you with them financial goals. He checked the box every single one, okay? Not only, I was telling you guys in the last video how I was like super excited about having a few bills on auto pay and, you know, starting to draft a bill account and getting into budgeting and all of this other stuff. Like, all of the goals, I've literally hit the goals of like financial growth. I paid that loan I told you guys I had to take out like 2022 to get my car out of repossession status. I paid that thing off. It wasn't time for me to pay it off. They still wanted me to technically pay on it for like 6 months to a year, but I paid that thing off. I just dropped it. I said, I just gotta get this off me. I gotta get this monkey off my back. We don't want to have to pay these people every month no more. We done. We don't pay these people. Let's get rid of them. Let's get rid of them. So I paid off that loan. I've been working to pay down all of my credit cards so I can get them to 30% or lower, at least 30% though. Trying to get them all back down because, again, 2022 was a 2022, early 2023 was a year, boo, and it was trying me and my finances. So I had to use a lot of things, use a lot of resources to kind of just to make it to survive, essentially. So undoing all of that stuff, like getting everything back in getting everything in good standings and keeping stuff in good standings and paying it off and paying extra and paying it early, just doing all of that stuff. And then also, like I said, lending to others. Like, it's such a blessing to be the lender and not the borrower. It's such a blessing to know that when someone is in a bind or in a situation and they don't know a way out, that they can turn to you and know that, you know, you are there to help them because God has blessed them to be able to, you know, have extra and surplus. Because that's the thing too, like, you can lend, but if you are lending and you're still also in a bind, it's like, then it's just like you robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, they're, not to say they robbed you, but like, yeah, but you know, get right back because I got, if I don't get it back, I'm gonna be, you know, you don't want to be like that. You just want to be like, I feel like when it comes to giving, you should give with the intention of not expecting it back, because like I've said this before, if you had to ask for something, that means it's because you didn't have it, which means you probably aren't in a situation to really give it back. It's like, I kind of need this, but I'm gonna say, can I borrow it? Because I don't want to like owe you a debt. I don't want to have you out bad or down bad, whatever. So I think you should always give with the intention of not getting it back. So that way, if something were to happen where they're like, something happened, I can't really give it back, and it's like, it's okay, don't worry about it. You can don't give it back at all, or just give it back when you get a chance. But give it back when you have extra. Give it back in 2 weeks when you get paid again. Like, get whenever. I feel like you should always have, not always, because sometimes it doesn't work like that. It's not to say that you shouldn't give if you aren't in a great spot. Like, do what's on your heart. But I do think it's good to do it where, to the point where, one, you just tell them they can have it, or two, like, you have the flexibility or the room, the blessing, essentially the abundance, to not also be in a bind if they can't. You know, I don't want anyone stressing about money they owe me. I don't want to remind anybody that they owe me money, but I also don't want to stress about money that somebody owes me. So if that makes sense, I don't know if that makes sense. But even just like I was talking about budgeting, I've actually really fallen in love with budgeting. I have not only budget for myself, like literally every dollar that comes in of like income for me, I budget it, and I make sure that all my bills are paid first. The first thing I do when I get my paycheck is pay all my bills. I feel like there's no reason, because I feel like I'm like that now because in the past I realized I had bad money management and bad relationships and choices when it comes to money. So it was kind of about this year learning good money habits. Not even like I didn't have anyone to really teach me good money habits, but just kind of like learning for myself, like, okay, these actions have consequences and you're dealing with those consequences now, and you don't ever want to be put in a situation again. God is now blessing you with extra and abundance to help yourself get out of this hole. Let's make sure we never end up in this hole again. People talk about saving all day long. It's like, no, savings is actually important. You should really try to have a lump sum, not even like a lump sum, just like emergency money, because anything could happen at the drop of a hat. Like any emergency could happen. Like anything could happen that could test your finances, whether it's like medical issues, whether it's car issues, whether it's work issues, like drops in hours, childcare, children, like anything can happen. You live far away from your family like I do, and you have to take an emergency trip home to get home because something is happening to a loved one next to someone that you know and love, and you want to be there to support them, and you need to be there at the last, like maybe the final stages or whatever. You need to have, I think it's important to have like something set aside in a case like that, where you're not, struggling or stressed about the fact that you can't do it, and you need the closure or whatever. I know that savings isn't something that you can always do, because trust me boo, I was there when I was putting $20 in my savings to take that $20 out of my savings the next day. I was there. So I know savings isn't always something that is feasible or something that you can work into your budget, but that's also the important part of budgeting. I say all of this to say that me budgeting started because I realized, like, after you paid your bills and stuff, you should have had $700 left over in this check to do extra stuff. Why are you looking and you only have $2? What was you spending money on? Wow, you bought all of this food? Wow, you was really tweaking out when you was buying all them clothes? Wow, you really just like blew the money on random stuff, like eating out all the time and random online purchases, Amazons? Like, girl, what? Yes, you need to decorate your apartment, but you also need to pay off this stuff. Like, what are you doing? Yes, you have friends coming into town, but you also have stuff that you need to pay off and catch up on and get in good standings with, and you also have goals. Like, you can't just be recklessly spending your money. So me falling in love with budgeting became because it's like when you sit down and have that real conversation with yourself, and you kind of be very transparent and vulnerable with yourself, because that's the thing, you realize a lot of the reckless decisions you make, and it kind of makes you more conscious and makes you want to change. So me budgeting is being honest with myself, because you got to go through everything. You got to go through every account. You got to go through every bank account. You got to go through every credit card. You got to go through every loan. You have to basically lay out everything that I'm spending money on, whether it's a gym membership, a subscription to Fenty, Rihanna, a subscription to Fabletics, like a subscription to the ice cream shop up the street, newspaper, like whatever it is, like really laying all of that stuff out. You kind of see like how your money is being spent, and you realize like, dang, I didn't have enough money to pay my light bill, but if I didn't have all these extra subscriptions, or if I wasn't eating out for lunch every day I went to work, then I would have had the money, right? So it's like, it's being honest with yourself and kind of coming to those realizations and recognizing those bad habits and saying, okay, we're done with it. And sitting down and like making a plan, like, okay, these are the things that I need to pay with this first check. These are the things that I need to pay with the second check. As soon as my paycheck hit, like payday is Friday, I'm in my account paying stuff. Whatever stuff that is not on auto pay I'm in there physically paying. Because let's talk about it. I had to work to get to auto pay through budgeting. Budgeting helped me realize, okay, after you pay all of these bills, you have a little extra money left over. Instead of spending this extra money on whatever, let's put this money into a separate account and give ourselves a nice base and buffer so that next month we can have our bills come out auto pay and make sure that we're a month ahead when it comes to those bills. So to make that make sense, it's like, to make that make sense when it comes to budgeting, it's like, say for instance, my phone bill is $60 and it come out on the 1st. I want to pay my phone bill now, which is December, we'll say it's Christmas. I'll pay my phone bill now because I have the money now. And then I'll make sure that when I get my paycheck, I'll have money go in there so that when it comes time for next month's phone bill, the phone bill is already in there and I'm actually working on the money for the month after. So basically, I set a month up of bills in the account, and then the next month, I started paying on them through that account. Does that make sense? So basically, it's a filter month. It's a buffer month in between. That way, the account never gets too low. It never overdrafts. You don't have to worry about it. You know that the account will always have the money in it because there's a month buffer. Doing it to close to the point where like the amount that you need in there is going to like cut it too close, because maybe you have like a flexing bill, like your power bill or your water bill in there that changes every month and it fluctuates, and you don't want to ever get to the point where it's like, oh, that bill, I thought it was going to be $50, but it was actually $70, and now I'm $20 short, and now my account is going to overdraft, because then it's going to offset all your other bills. So I kind of try to get the account set up for a month of bills, and then so we'll be in December. I have the money building the account for February bills. We'll be in December. I'll pay the December bills, but I'll be setting money up for February. We'll get to January. I'll pay the January bills. And then for February, the auto draft bills will start to take from the February auto draft money. I don't know if that makes sense. I can go into a separate budgeting video if that's what you guys are interested in, because I really do like budgeting. I found a passion for it. I put a couple of my friends on the budgeting and my sister onto budgeting, and she's doesn't like budgeting because, like I said, it's you facing the harsh realities, harsh truths about yourself and about your spending habits and about the decisions you make, and you kind of really see a different side of yourself when you look into how you spend your money. And she doesn't like it because, again, it's harsh truths. It's harsh, like, this is where I'm spending my money. I could cut some costs here, but I don't want to. It's like, it's stressful, kind of like laying out everything and seeing that dollar figure, like, oh, I need to bring in this much money a month, and I'm only bringing in this much money, or I'm bringing in this much money, but I'm spending reckless money on this. Like, it's seeing all of that stuff. So she doesn't like it because of that. But it works. She's realizing, like, I don't like it, but it does work. I do see how I'm recklessly spending. I do see how I'm not doing the things that I need to do. And I do see that if I make different changes, then, you know, I'll have different results. So I not only put her onto it, I put my friends onto it, and I try to tell them, like, hey, do your budget, work it out. I'm definitely there to help, like, break it down for you. I'll show you my budget, and I'll help, you know, you show me yours, because when you think about it, like, finances is something that's so this is a life update, and we're going in a whole tangent about budgeting and money. You can see, obviously, that I'm passionate about budgeting, so my sister's right. But anyway, like, when you think about your finances, and like, it's a very vulnerable place to be in. So for somebody like external, like your friend, be like, hey, I'll help you budget. Show me what you get paid each paycheck. Show me your paycheck, what's deposited into your account. Show me all your bills, let's write them all out. Show me how you're spending your money, let's go through your bank statement. That's a very vulnerable, like, anxiety filled spot to be in. Like, you feel seen, like, literally all your business is out here for someone else to see, and like, you fear judge. But it's like, you have to just do it. I feel like with somebody that's trusting and someone that's not judgmental, that's like, no, I'm literally here for you to, like, so that we can work this out. Because for me, budgeting has done so good in my life that I want to spread the news about it. Like with God, budgeting is like my relationship with God. It's like, I want to spread the gospel. I want to spread the news about God. I want to spread the news about budgeting too, because budgeting is out here saving people lives. A life saved from budgeting, this one. So I put my friends onto it, and again, it's a very vulnerable spot to be in, but when you see, that's why I'm always like, it's a very vulnerable spot. I'll show you my budget as an example, like to kind of help ease it, to kind of help like you feel a little bit more comfortable, because like though we're all great friends, though we're family, in my sister's case, it's like it's still like it's a vulnerable spot to show someone else your finances, to show someone else your expenses, your bills, and all of that. So I kind of show them mine to kind of like, here's an example of how I kind of handle stuff. Here's an example kind of how I do stuff. Here's an example of how I was able to get from this with my paychecks to this with my paychecks. Like, I'm able to make it stretch. I'm able to go above and beyond. I'm able to still save. I'm able to put money aside to travel. I'm able to do this, that, and the third. So it's like, I think it helps them mentally kind of relax and release, and then also kind of helps them like, you know, get themselves together. Because like I put on 2 of my good friends onto budgeting. I don't know if they're still keeping up with their budget, because I would check in and it would be a lot of hoopla. So I don't know if they're still budgeting, but when I check it with my sister, like I make her show me her budget book. Well, I don't like. Yeah, I make her show me her budget book. I'm like, listen, your budget book done? No, let's do it. Do it. Show me your budget book once you do it. And then she'll tell me like, hey, I did my budget book. Hey, I did it, or I haven't done it yet. Like, I got some stuff going on, blah, blah, blah. So I ain't do it yet, but I'm gonna do it. So it's like, it's just trying to keep, because I know like you'll get overwhelmed when you first see the way things work out and you're like, oh, this is such a deep hole. How do I get out of it? You gotta keep pushing through. You only gonna get through until you, like, if you keep pushing through. That's enough talking about budgeting. Like I said, obviously my sister was onto something, because she told me, she was like, you're really passionate about budgeting. You should probably go back to school to be an accountant. I said, girl, I don't be no accountant. She said, you should at least teach budgeting. You should do something. You should ebook or something. And I'm like, maybe, but girl, I don't know about like an accountant. I don't see that in the cards for me, unless God, that's what you see in the cards for me. I'm gonna need you to tell me again on loudspeaker and put it in my face like here, like right here, like I can't avoid it type. But I wouldn't definitely mind teaching budgeting. I wouldn't definitely mind doing that. But I feel like, I don't know, I gotta get some type of certifications or something for something like that. Like, I gotta show people why they can trust me with their budget. My friends and family, they know me. They know like the things that I've been through and the way I work myself out. Because a lot of times certain things I would share, so it's like they know how, you know, they see how I was, and they see where I'm at now. So it's like they're a little bit more understanding and trustworthy. But yeah, like when I say I budget things, I budget small things, even down to like, oh, we want to go apartment update shopping. We need to set some money aside for that, because it's not coming out of our savings. We gotta budget that money type stuff. But yeah, I'm also, like I said, spreading the news about budgeting, spreading the news about God. I've encouraged several friends and family members to get back into their word and to read and to talk to God more. And I have had a few friends go back into it, and we're talking and we're sharing experiences, and started reading their word again and sharing our thoughts about different books and chapters. And it's just, oh, it's amazing. Like, it makes me smile. It makes me so happy. Like, oh my God, like to see how God is working on them mentally and then physically. It's just like yes, like when I hear like things like that, like, man, you really encouraged me to get into my word. I be like, oh my God, cries, sheds a tear. Like, you really encouraging me to like get into this budget and to like do what I need to do to like get. It's like, girl, like, you don't know, you just melted my heart. Anyway, but yeah, guys, so just a lot of growth in general in this year, in multiple areas, in multiple ways. Like, in literally every subject on my prayer board, there has been growth and development. So that is wonderful. I will say, like, I joke a lot. I don't tell people often. I be like, you can't tell me I'm not God's favorite, because the way God be moving and grooving in my life is insane. The way he be working stuff out in my life is insane. Like, I am truly blessed. And I don't want to brag or be boastful or anything like that, but it just shows you, like, when you put time and energy and effort and consistency and like your truth, like all of yourself, into pursuing God and into following him and into listening and doing what he's asking you to do, like reading your word, seeking him wholeheartedly, like seeking him first in everything, the way that he moves in your life, the peace that he gives you, the joy that he gives you, the happiness, the blessings, and the abundance that he pours out onto you is just, it's unexplainable. It's truly, the favor that you get is just, it's unexplainable. So in all of this that I say, I want to credit God for everything, because I wouldn't have anything without God. I wouldn't be anyone who I am today without God, without my relationship with him, without seeking him and talking to him and him developing me and the Holy Spirit guiding me and just Jesus. Like I want to thank God for everything that I have. I recognize that I'm truly blessed. Again, I don't want to come across boastful or bragging or anything like that. I just want to share my journey, my testimony, because if you remember what I was going through, all the things that I said in my 2022, in my 2023, like, I'm gonna get emotional. Like, if you knew all the things that I went through, girl, come on. Like, no, we're not doing that. If you knew all the things that I went through, all the things that I said in my prior updates, even things that I didn't say because I didn't want to be, I was being very vulnerable and very open and very transparent in those videos, just to know where I am now. So I highly recommend going back, guys. I highly recommend going back and watching those. But you would kind of understand why I feel the way I feel. You would see like the work that he's done, not only in my life, but in my mental, in my faith, in my financial, my spiritual, like in my friendships and my families, people around me, the changes that he's not only made in me, but in them and for them. Like, oh my God, you would. Blessed is all I can say. I say often, like, you can't tell me that I'm not God's favorite, because he'll do stuff before I even ask. Like, if guys, put your trust in him. Like, just like the old folks used to say back in the day, try God for 30 days, see what happens. See what happened, because see what happened. Like, the best moving to Texas was me trying God for 30 days, putting my faith in him for 30 days, seeing what was going to happen, see what he was going to do. And girl, me 2 years later is out here like, boo, do it. Don't even second guess. Don't ask yourself, should I really? Just do it. Just go ahead and jump out there. That you can't see if there's a step there. Trust that God got a step there somewhere over there for you. You just can't see it yet. Just jump. Just leap. Just do it. Just do it. I kind of want to end this video on saying two things. Well, I'm just saying my hopes for 2025. So I have some hopes here. I kind of want to add these to the videos. So for 2025, you know, part of my reflection, I hope that my faith continues to grow. I hope that I dig back into my faith and my relationship with God. Like, filming this video already, just getting really emotional at the end, makes me want to dig back into God, dig back into my word. Because like I said, since I finished reading the Bible, I've been kind of a little lost on what I should be doing as far as my word goes. I still pray every single day, every morning, or every night if I can't get to it in the morning, or, you know, get caught up with work and stuff like that. I make sure that I talk to God every single day. Every single day I talk to God. If I forget, then I'm spending extra time with God the next day. Okay, I'm spending time with God. So I think I don't know what I want to do, but I think I want to start reading the Bible again. Maybe not cover to cover, but just jumping into something that's going to be like a longer devotional, something that I truly resonate with, that's going to like help me go deeper into it, like dig deeper into my relationship with him and my word and my faith, and kind of keep me on my consistency journey, because I don't want to waver. Because I talked about it in the past, I feel like a lot of times you only seek God when things are bad, because you need him to work a miracle out, and then when things get good, that's when you fall off, because you're like, oh, you know, he's delivered me. I don't want to be like that. I want to stay consistent and true to God through and through throughout the entire thing. So I'm pushing through, I'm grinding, and I want to dig my heels in again into my word and into my time with God. So I did find a church home, and I did find, you know, church friends. church family, and you know, when I can, I do go in person. My goal is to try to go like twice a month, so that's something that I've been doing, which is really good. I'm super happy about that. That was also something on my prayer board, so that's amazing. I love that for me, like beautiful. But yeah, so I want to, like I said, I feel like I've grown a little distant, like not too far, like I ain't strayed too far from the path, but I feel like I have fallen off a little bit in my word, in my time with him. So I definitely need to, I think I'm gonna start again reading the 360 type of plan. I don't know what plan it's gonna be, but I'm gonna find one that's gonna be like a year long, something that's gonna help me deepen my faith and my relationship, and you know, keep consistency. But like I was saying, my hopes for 2025 is I do want to continue to grow my faith again. I want to get consistent again and stay consistent in my word. I want those to always be something that goes on forward, because again, I feel like faith is a lifetime journey. There's never any end to the faith work that you have to do to strengthen and keep and deepen your faith. So I want to keep doing that. I do want to develop more friendships, and I do want to get more involved with the church and things like that. So those are goals that I have. I do want to open myself up for dating. You know, I'm still on the fence. I'm still like, but I do want to open myself up to it. So I'm hoping for that for 2025, that I'll finally let go and just do it and just get out there. Which which calls me to one of my other things, to just go outside more, get back into doing at least 2 events a month, and just, you know, experiencing and exploring the city that I'm in. This is a new city, and I've been here for 2 years, and I still tell people like I'm new. I still tell people like I don't know where anything is. I still tell people I don't know the good places to go for this. This is like, no girl, we need to get out here, we need to experience our city, we need to have fun, we need to meet people. So those are things on my goal. Other things, like I said, is friendship, and then also continued financial growth and freedom, also helping friends and family gain financial growth and freedom by sharing the things that help work for me, sharing the ways that God's moved in my life to help bless me, and just hoping that it does the same thing, and just, you know, sharing the love of budgeting with them, and hopefully like it takes roots and that they dig into it too, and it works for them. Some small things that I have up here is like savings. So I do want to save a certain amount into my account, my savings account. So I am starting. My mom gave all of us this gift maybe last year for Christmas. It's this 100 envelope saving challenge. If we would have done it, we would have all had $5,050 by the end of the year. But ain't none of us start. We kept putting it off, and then no one ever started. So my goal this year is to do this with them. Hopefully, if they're not gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try to grind. It's 52 weeks in a year, and it's 100 envelopes, so you technically got to do 2 envelopes a week, basically. Which is, you know, if you're paid weekly, that's great. If you're paid bi-weekly, then it's 4 envelopes of a paycheck. So, or if you're paid monthly, or, you know, semi-monthly, monthly, then it's, you know, however many you got to do. But basically, you need to do 8 envelopes a month. So I'm going to start trying to do this and gearing towards it, to let this be my savings goal for 2025, and I want to complete that. I also want to pay off my car because I'm almost there. I just got a little bit left, so you know, that didn't happen this year. I wanted to get like a nice lump sum or something like that, or some extra side income or something, but it ain't happening. But we still got hopes for 2025, early 2025, because we are almost there. I also want to say we're so close to YouTube monetization. We need 1,000 subscribers for monetization, and I think I'm at 852 is what I last checked. 852 subscribers, so we are literally less than 150 away. We're like what, 149 subscribers away from monetization. So come on, subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you a part of my channel. We are forever growing, we are forever developing, and I can't wait for some things that I have planned in the future, some exciting different things that I want to do. So please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. But that's also one of the goals that I have for 2025 is to finally get those last 148 people to go ahead and join the family here on YouTube and to subscribe and just to grow, because I feel like that will open up a lot of other opportunities and growth and development, not only in my YouTube but in life in general, like different things that I got that I would like to put together. And I don't want to say too much, so I'm just leave that there. Other things I want to do is like I said, going out more and travel. I want to get consistent and stay consistent in the gym, because let's talk about it, I haven't been. So those are other things that I want to do for 2025. And I want to do the things that I want to do. No excuses. No excuses of I don't want to go alone. No excuses of it costs too much. No excuses of I have no clothes to wear. No excuses of this is my social anxiety. Like, no excuses about anything. Let's just do the things we want to do. You want to go to that function? Let's go to that function. You want to order that ball gown? Order that ball gown. Find somewhere to wear it to. Like, you want to, like, there's no excuses. Whether you got to go alone, do it. Do it. We are too young to be not doing the things we want to do, not living the life we want to live. Like, you need to live life while life is in front of you, because tomorrow is not promised. Like, anything can happen tomorrow. So let's live life to the fullest and do the things we want to do and not put it off, because you're going to look back and be like, dang, I said I was going to do it next month turn into next year turn into 3 years later, and I still didn't do it. Like, no. Let's live the life we want to live. Let's do the things we want to do. No excuses. And, you know, of course, just overall happiness in not only my mental and my spiritual, but in my physical just as well. Like, just overall happiness. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope this life update wasn't too long. I know I probably got some crazy edits to make, because I felt like I was rambling a lot, as I tend to do when we sit down and talk. You know, I ramble. I ramble when we standing up and talking. You know, like, I'm a rambler, apparently. Didn't know that about myself until I started talking to y'all, but I'll be rambling somebody. Anyway, but yeah. Gotta reapply the lips. But yeah, that is all I have for today's life update video for this year, 2024. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you consider subscribing again to my channel, and I hope that you like this video. Comment down below what you thought, your favorite parts, how your year has been treating you for 2024, what things you hope for in 2025, what videos and content that you hope to see from me in 2025. And then be sure to check out my next video, which we will be I don't want to say reviewing my prayer board, but we will be definitely making a new prayer board and kind of looking over the things from the last prayer board to see what things came to be, as well as, you know, what prayers that we want to send into 2025. So planning out all of that and creating the board, because like I said, we're in the last 10 days of the year, and it's time to get started on that so that we can get that ready and early and be ready before January 1st comes. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I love you guys with all of me. I thank you for tuning in and being here and supporting me, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. I love you. I love you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful, I hope you've had a wonderful 2024, and I pray that your 2025 is as beautiful and blessed and bountiful as it can possibly be. Love you. Bye.